watching aggro here, and we're gonna have to find someone new to host the desk after that cold line. That's awful. That's Marino. If Hazer and Spudio are in a position to help follow up.
That's usually the idea and the mindset when you don't have an aggressive duel and you get that global pressure. Speaking of, landing in mid lane.
It's actually Warchi. Either way, level 5 Ratatosker always finds a kill. It goes over to Pretty Prime and OUTCOLD Gaming.
Still looking for a red buff invade. This would be number 3 if Queso can get it. Hazer is around the corner. Make it 4 OUTCOLD members. They're tired of losing their red buff. Needs one more hit. Warchi gets it though.
Yeah, it looks like they still were not able to defend the buff, but they want to fight on the back end anyway. Up into the sky is Spudio looking for the snipe. He finds a Warchi. Draco Marino though gets Frostiak to make it 1-for-1, but Hazer, he's too low, and Worst Turtle gets in a position to clean up the bug. That's 2 for 2.
Perfectly worth it. At the end of the day, Queso gets the red buff.
What?
Only loses 1, and Worst Turtle makes it a 3-for-1 at the end of the day. Great use of the blink. Could allow your global pressure jungler to gank that lane, but instead that global pressure was applied in the mid lane.
Blink underneath the tower, immediately up into the air is Spudio. That will be the ultimate on cooldown, but he gets a good return damage. That's all the shots hitting on the Worst Turtle, and he can't return. And now here's Frostiak, who's finding Chekio. And remember, he's in the axe stance. He does have the leap available to him, but the dash closes the distance. Beads in case the axe came, and an easy kill for Frostiak.
Why does no one like to use their beats against the Ratatosker ultimate? Draco Marino now forced to jump away from Pretty Prime's Taiko drums, and just like that, OUTCOLD Gaming punishing the aggressive duel lane. Chekio.
Right, is they take down Chekio, and the red buff is going to be spawning soon, so this might give them a chance to be able to be in position to secure it, but it'll be that much harder if Hazer ends up falling here to Worst Turtle. The knockup's there, and they drop the chug. He has Scarab's Blessing on himself, but Worst Turtle wants to wait out that duration on the web.
He's gonna try to do it, but he missed, unfortunately, and now Dimmy there with the cleanup. Worst Turtle likes to play aggressive, but even if he got the kill there, he was still gonna die for sure. Hazer would have gladly traded out his life, but the fact that he lives with the Pyromancer already completed.
And there's no teleport for Julio, remember? He's got Meditation and Blink. They know for sure he can't get here in time, so Gold Fury has now been pulled. It's going to be on the 4 members of Queso that are here to try and defend. They're going to settle for trying to poke down Hazer instead, while DPS continues on the Gold Fury. Taiko drums, controls too many, and that should be enough for Queso, actually, to grab the Gold Fury and not OUTCOLD. Impressive that they were able to do it and get good poke. They want to chase down Hazer now.
Oh, they're going to get somebody. Hazer's going to fall there. Ultimate was available, just mistimed. A great positioning from the mid player. Warchi, Agni wrapping around the top left mid Harpy side where there wasn't just any vision at all. Everyone was just a little bit too preoccupied around that red buff where they saw Draco Marino and they also saw Chekio. Chekio kind of awkwardly jumps up and down, and that really confused OUTCOLD Gaming.
Spudio might be in a little bit of trouble now as Worst Turtle, Chekio, and Julio are all here to try and complete this dive. Just 4 members that are going to be able to find him. Aegis is good to buy himself a little bit of time, but there's nothing to do with that time. He ends up falling, and now it's up to Prime to defend the tower.
And because Worst Turtle forced that ultimate out of Spudio earlier on.
So, the red buff invades, the Gold Fury steal, the Pyromancer. They've done a great job on objectives as Dimmy's in trouble.
He's in a little bit of trouble. Going to combat dodge away, stunned out, but there goes in the backline. Frostiak landing in.
He is landing in, but Dimmy ends up finding Draco Marino without any trouble whatsoever. They're able to get away from Hazer as well, but it's Worst Turtle who tries to come in the backside. I suppose he wanted Prime, but that's going to force the ultimate out from him. Thunder Crash gets Prime away, and Worst Turtle has to retreat too.
So far, a 1-for-0 OUTCOLD Gaming on top, but with Frostiak getting... Think about sticking around. Gold Fury reset. It is the Oni Fury, actually. Julio trying to juke around some of the shots. A lot of damage to the backline.
Warchi nearly chunks Pretty Prime, still standing, able to get a Thunder Crash off, but he goes up to the ultimate and gets nothing out of it. Worst Turtle dunks right down with the Arachne. So far, that thing has paid dividends, but Julio might need some assistance.
He's not done yet. He's going to dive that tier 2 tower while everyone else is preoccupied with Dimmy getting 1 kill onto Warchi before he goes down. A valiant sacrifice.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade at all. Warchi is a nightmare right now for OUTCOLD Gaming. You definitely want that Agni damage out of this equation as the Oni Fury is under siege yet again. It's going to be Spudio to contest with the ultimate, and that's enough. He steals it away. They trade 1-for-1, at least in terms of Furies. Julio takes some damage, but it's Hazer who gets locked down. Still has the dash to reposition in case he'll find nothing more.
Chekio wants this. Chekio wants this so badly. Draco Marino going to jump in the backline. The blink even coming from Draco Marino, but now Frostiak is in position.
He is going to come from the backside. Worst Turtle finds 1. Julio a second, and all of a sudden OUTCOLD Gaming now might have gotten baited into a bad situation. A good dash from Frostiak lets him reposition. Remember, the tier 1 is still up, fellas, so we got to get out of there. But they at least find some kills on the back end. lands those shots on him, if that's what set it up for them to take that away.
See if it was the first shot or the second shot, maybe even the third shot. But like at this point, Julio's in great position to wait for Spudio to land on down and the first shot. There was just no timing. Okay, so that makes sense. Normally, you want to reset the Gold Fury, but like at that point, it was so low that there was just no way that he doesn't steal it unless they instantly reset. That was a beautiful play.
It was well timed. This might be a problem for Chekio, though. Great beads this time, so he does not get knocked up, and they've got the turnaround. He ends up going right back in towards the tower and falling to Worst Turtle. But now Chekio's got to do a little bit of juking of his own. Gets hit by the last shot, but Worst Turtle's right there waiting for him, and oh no, right into the Bacchus. You don't want that breath on you, and that's another kill. Draco Marino takes down Spudio. Should they deal with both Warchi and this Uller somehow?
They're going to try to make a play on the right side of the map. They're going to get knocked out from Draco Marino, stunned, a little bit out of range. Missing it was Chekio. Left side, Hazer going to contain Worst Turtle to prevent the dive from being more fruitful.
Man, everyone's here on this right side of the map, all 10 players, so this is where the action is going to happen. They should be able to grab this tier 1 without any trouble. Frostyak has now used the ultimate, so this has to be a commitment from OUTCOLD. They can't afford to give up this ultimate. Chekio jumps perfectly to avoid the knockup, but still has to use the Aegis anyway. The snipes from Spudio are good. That puts Chekio low, and Hazer finds the first kill, but Julio in the big baby form wants more.
He's a little low, but that duration is just a little bit too long. Hazer still has ultimate, so the aggression from OUTCOLD Gaming is not going to stop here.
Worst Turtle's able to blink to the back line. Hazer, though, is great with the Scarab's Blessing. Draco Marino finds Frostyak, but up onto the web. He wants Prime. He'll have to settle for Spudio instead. Aegis duration gives him a moment to breathe, but not a moment to get away from the knockup. Warchi cleans that kill up. Now Prime in some trouble. Dash and aggressive from Warchi. A double kill. 3 go down, and Queso run the fight.
Timmy trying to answer back in kind at least. Trying to find Warchi. Needs one more hit. Stunned in the middle of the dash. Hazer's going to go down. Timmy trying to survive. It's going to be a deicide here in a second.
And this Arachne is a nightmare for OUTCOLD. They don't have a way to stop her. What patience from Worst Turtle to loop back around and blink in from that blue buff on Clove, and that's what really split the fight back up from OUTCOLD. They should be able to come and get this Fire Giant without any trouble. It'll be the enhanced version. We're past the 25-minute mark, but what a team fight, totally.
That was a great team fight to start off for OUTCOLD Gaming because they kill out Chekio. They knew his beats were still on cooldown from that engagement between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower on the left-hand side.
Worst Turtle.
Oh,
my man. My man.
A bug and fire. Fire is super effective against bugs, Finch.
That is true. Worst Turtle. Okay, he's made it out.
Only works because of his build. Traveler shoes, or sorry, Talaria boots, a lot of mobility when you're not in combat. I think 25% to be exact. Then you have an extra 10% coming from this hastened katana as well. So if he's ever like split pushing, it's not going to take him long to regroup with the rest of his teammates.
Well, OUTCOLD need to be here though for this, and they will not be. That is a Phoenix with little to no contestation. I would say none. Side 2, 46 stacks now on that Gauntlet of Thieves and feeling mighty comfortable. But OUTCOLD Gaming absolutely want to be around for this fight. They don't want to let this Fire Giant go down for free. And they're, like you said, they're able to keep this right side Phoenix up.
There's still a 1 fire minion wave that they're going to have to siege. Make that actually 2, I think, at the same time that right side Phoenix has respawned. So now Out's left side and mid waves are going to push up or just straight up do the Fire Giant now.
Demi's the furthest forward. He's already taken a good bit of poke. He's down to 50% HP. He's been stunned. The bombs are there from Warchi, and that forced out the ultimate defensively.
Oh, no.
And now they want Hazer. I think his dash just got blocked. He's body blocked and nowhere to go. Has the Scarab's Blessing himself. And the knockup perfectly timed from Draco. Worst Turtle falls. Frostyak comes on the backside as well, but he doesn't have enough damage. Warchi does eventually end up falling to the spin.
2 for 1 at the end of the day. Queso was not able to save the life of Warchi, but still are able to win this team fight. Pretty Prime and Spudio are still within the vicinity to steal away this Fire Jump, but there are no Taiko drums available.
Only 3 from OUTCOLD to try and defend, and Worst Turtle, still one of the scariest members, is certainly comfortable. Spudio in the backline has a Vamana on top of him, and what are your options to get away from him? Knocked up as well, and Julio cleans up the kill. Now it's Demi isolating Worst Turtle the best to shred through all that extra damage. Demi falls without any trouble. And Team Queso now are primed to take the game over OUTCOLD, who are the perennial first place squad, you would say, over in Europe. But right now, Queso are challenging that.
Good beats from Pretty Prime, going to prevent the knockup, having to Thunder Crash away, but with the Oni minions barreling down the mid wave, the middle Phoenix is even going to fall. But honestly, Queso not even going to go for the mid Phoenix, they're going for the win.
They absolutely should. It's only Prime and Hazer to defend. A 2-man knockup is going to push them out, and there's too much damage coming in. Worst Turtle might fall, but who even cares? Queso, they grab the win, at least here in Game 1. They have absolutely showed up to play.
That was a